My name is Mathias Jakobsen. I live in New York City. And last night, as I was walking home, I wanted to record a podcast episode, but I was running late, and it was freezing cold, and I was walking too fast. I was out of breath, and I didn't quite like the result. I kind of got lost in the question, but I decided to publish it anyway because I am committed to this idea of incorporating mistakes like the episode last night, to incorporate that into the process and let that be part of it. And it doesn't mean that I think that it always works, but if I want the mistakes and the things that happen unexpectedly to be a part of it, then I think the first step is to begin experimenting with it. So I decided to publish it anyway. And when I listened to it last night, I actually liked part of that kind of the realness that you can hear, that I get stuck and a little bit lost. But I also feel that I didn't answer the question properly, and I want to return to this question. And the question is, where do you belong? And I think I really like this notion that you can belong anywhere, that it's not something that happens to you. I can decide that I want to belong here. I can bring myself fully to a place. I really like that, and I hear people say that it's like I can belong anywhere, and I think there's some truth to that. But I think there's also, in my experience, I think there's also value in recognizing that it feels different in different places, and there are places where my desire to belong takes a lot of effort for me. It doesn't come by itself. Whereas other places, I feel that you could say the environment that I am in validates me and who I am as I am, and I don't need to do a lot of extra work to feel that I fit in and to feel that I belong. And I think that's the difference that I experienced between Denmark, where I grew up, and it's easy to think, the place where you were born, the place where you grew up is where you also belong. But spending time in New York made me feel differently than I did in Denmark, and I think it was this being in an environment that recognized me and I felt accepted as I was, rather than trying to be something. So I think that's a big part of for me, where I belong and why I feel that I belong in New York. I feel that it just makes it easier to feel that way because the environment is conducive to it. The other thought, and the thing that I'd been thinking of but couldn't remember last night, was, instead of thinking only of belonging in terms of geography, I think I also like to think of belonging as like just places, again, that are not like a city or a country. And I think this makes me feel perhaps quite snobbish. I don't know. Well, maybe it doesn't matter what it makes me look like, because I really find repeatedly that it is true that I feel a sense of belonging when I'm on airplanes. And I've met people that find that ridiculous. I have been fortunate in the past couple of years to get at least some of my flights booked in business class, where you get to lie down and have space. But I find that even in economy or premium economy, with just a little bit extra leg room, where it's not too uncomfortable, I just really, really like that kind of enclosed feeling, and being detached and being high up in the sky, being above the clouds, above everything. There's kind of a quietness to it. So other than New York, I would say I feel some sense of belonging above the clouds, and I don't fully know why, but I'm definitely interested in exploring it more. All right, enough for today. I'm going to head over to Etsy for a meeting. Have a good day. Bye-bye.